Q5797-1. The greatest angle of incidence on a rotor blade can be found near A. the hub, B. the tip, C. the root. The correct answer is C. In a rotor system, the blade's angle of incidence refers to the angle at which the blade meets the oncoming airflow. The angle of incidence affects the lift and performance characteristics of the rotor blade. Near the root of the rotor blade, the blade experiences lower rotational speeds compared to the tip. As a result, the airflow encounters the blade at a higher angle of incidence near the root to generate the required lift. This increased angle of incidence compensates for the lower rotational speed and helps maintain an efficient lift distribution along the blade span. This reduced angle of incidence near the tip helps minimize drag and reduces the likelihood of blade stall. While the angle of incidence varies along the span of the rotor blade, it typically increases from the tip towards the root, reaching its maximum value near the root. 5738. Select the true statement concerning gyroplane taxi procedures. A. Avoid abrupt control movements when blades are to ring. B. The cyclic stick should be held in the neutral position at all times. C. The cyclic stick should be held slightly aft of neutral at all times. The correct answer is A. Gyroplanes are aircraft that rely on the rotation of their rotor blades to generate lift. When the blades are not rotating, the gyroplane is essentially a very light vehicle that can be easily tipped over. For this reason, it is important to avoid abrupt control movements when the blades are to ring. The cyclic stick is used to control the direction of the gyroplane's movement. If the cyclic stick is moved abruptly, it can cause the gyroplane to pitch or roll suddenly. This can be dangerous, especially if the blades are not rotating. It is also important to avoid taxiing a gyroplane over uneven surfaces. This can cause the gyroplane to become unstable and tip over. The other answer choices are incorrect. The cyclic stick should not be held in the neutral position at all times, as this can cause the gyroplane to drift. The cyclic stick should also not be held slightly aft of neutral at all times, as this can cause the gyroplane to pitch forward. 5755. With respect to vortex circulation, which is true? A. Helicopters generate downwash turbulence, not vortex circulation. B. The vortex strength is greatest when the generating aircraft is flying fast. C. Vortex circulation generated by helicopters in forward flight trail behind in a manner similar to wingtip vortices generated by airplanes. The correct answer is C. Vortex circulation generated by helicopters in forward flight trail behind in a manner similar to wingtip vortices generated by airplanes. 5756. Which is true with respect to vortex circulation? A. Helicopters generate downwash turbulence only, not vortex circulation. B. The vortex strength is greatest when the generating aircraft is heavy, clean, and slow. C. When vortex circulation sinks into ground effect, it tends to dissipate rapidly and offer little danger. The correct answer is B. The vortex strength is greatest when the generating aircraft is heavy, clean, and slow. Is true is because the strength of the vortices created by an aircraft is influenced by its weight, configuration, clean, or with external stores, and airspeed. When an aircraft is heavy, it creates more lift, resulting in stronger vortices. Similarly, a clean configuration, without external stores or protrusions, allows for more efficient airflow over the wings, which enhances vortex strength. Additionally, when an aircraft is flying at a slower airspeed, the vortices tend to be stronger. These factors contribute to the generation of powerful vortices, which are of particular concern during takeoff and landing phases, as they can pose a hazard to following aircraft, especially if they encounter the vortices in close proximity. Therefore, it is important for pilots to be aware of the potential strength of these vortices and maintain appropriate separation to ensure safety. 5273. Which is true regarding electric variometer? A. are generally considered to be less sensitive and has a slower response time than a vertical speed indicator. B. The sensitivity can be adjusted in flight to suit existing air conditions. C. They do not utilize outside air static pressure lines. The correct answer is B. Because they are so sensitive, Variometer can detect changes in airspeed that cause climbs and descents. To eliminate mistakes brought on by thermals and fluctuations in airspeed, a total energy compensator is utilized.